What's up, everybody? Benji Bruce here with SpeakingLifestyle.com, and in this video I'm just going to show you 3 simple steps to come up with the perfect pitch to get on stages. Like, how do you actually get on stages? What do you say to get on a stage consistently? So unless you're like one of the top speakers in the world, you're not going to have people contacting you every day. Like, people aren't going to come to you all the time, and you're not going to be sitting there waiting for the phone to ring. Hopefully you're not waiting for the phone to ring unless your name is like freaking Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, or whoever the top-notch person is at the time. Like, you can't just sit down and wait for people to come to you if you want to get on a stage. You have to reach out to them. So you have to send emails. You have to call, whichever one you like to do. You have to reach out to them. But the thing is, when you reach out, it's like, what exactly do you see or say? Like, how do you create this perfect pitch? What I've seen a lot of speakers do is they sit down and they kind of think about it. They're like, oh, okay, all my sales knowledge, copywriting skills. Okay. And then they try to create the perfect pitch, right? And however long it takes them, a day, 2 days, a week, however, they go on Facebook groups and ask people about email templates, all sort of stuff. They're trying to create the perfect pitch. And then all of a sudden they send it out. So it's like, oh, they send it out. They contact an event and the event doesn't reply to them. They're like, no, it didn't work. And so the event didn't reply. So they're torn. They're like, oh my goodness, I'm destroyed. My business is gone. And so that's usually what happens. Like, you write out your perfect pitch. So you took all this time to write, you send it out and it doesn't work. So here's what you do. This is literally a simple 3-step process to create the perfect pitch. But you have to understand something before you do this. Creating the perfect pitch and asking, how do I create like a pitch, or how do I create the perfect pitch? It's almost like asking, how do I come up with the perfect conversation? How do I create the perfect conversation to use in each and every situation? There is no such thing. It's a process, not an end result, okay? It's not just one thing that you just do and then that's that. It's a process that you go through to get there to where you just know how to say, what to say, when to say it, and it's all that. It's like this skill that you build up over time, similar to just having a conversation. And so that's how you got to think about this pitch game. Like, even though I'm going to show you 3 simple step process, that's how you got to think about the pitch. So here's a 3 steps. So first off, all you're literally doing in the beginning, and this is why I tell people, like, at first, I used to give people all the members, they still have all the templates, right? But basically, I used to say to people, here's my templates, go use that. And they would overthink it. Like, they kept overthinking everything. So I said to them, forget the templates. Literally, step number 1, pick any event. Just literally type in company event, type in award banquet, type in gala, whatever the hell you want to type into Google, conference, whatever the hell it is, type it into Google. Find the first event that pops up. Go to their contact page, send them a freaking email. I don't care what you say. You can say, hey, I'm a great motivational speaker. I'd love to come speak at your event. Here's a link to my website with some videos that you can watch. I don't care what you say. Say something, because you have to get into the habit of actually reaching out to people. Because like I said, I mean, unless you're one of the top-notch speakers, people aren't going to come to you. Like, nobody's coming to you every single day. You have to reach out to people. You have to email, cold call. You have to reach out to them. Unless you are the type who you can just sit down and not do anything, and phone calls just roll in and you just get on stages. Like, hey, if that's you, don't even watch this video. Why are you watching this video if that's you? So here's the thing. In the beginning, what I tell people is, first, you do something. So you send out whatever the hell pops into your head. Anything that pops into your head. Just send it out. That's it. Step number 2 is step number 2, you want to use a software. And this kind of before step number 1, really. But what you do is you get a software called Yesware or Mailshake. It is an outreach software where it is meant for reaching out, sending emails. It is not an autoresponder, okay? Don't confuse outreach software like Yesware and Mailshake with an autoresponder like Aweber and MailChimp and all that sort of stuff. They're 2 different things. So you want to get something like Yesware and Mailshake, right? What this does is going to help you with your numbers, because it's going to help you keep track of your numbers. So in the beginning, you write out whatever the hell you think your pitch is going to be. It can be the simple pitch. Hey, I'd love to come speak at your event. Here's a link to my website. It can be that simple. Whatever it is, you write out whatever the hell you think your pitch is going to be. You use the software like Yesware. So when you send it out, you can track the numbers. You can see, did they open it? Did they click on the link to the website? Did they forward it? Like, what exactly are they doing with the email? Because when you use this, you can now adjust. And that's step number 3 is you adjust. So step number 1, send out whatever the hell you want to send out. Just whatever pops into your head, send it out. You have to get into the habit of actually just doing the work. Just freaking send it out. So you send it out, number 1. Step number 2, you use a software like Yesware and Mailshake to keep track of the numbers. You have to keep track of these numbers. Step number 3 is you're going to adjust. So whatever you said, either it worked or it didn't work. So if you send it out and nobody opened it, well, now you know, okay, well, whatever I wrote in the subject line, I got to improve that. Okay, maybe you send it out, they open it, but they didn't respond to you. They didn't click on the link to your website. So now you know, okay, since they didn't click on the link to the website, that means whatever I said in the email, it wasn't compelling enough to get them to click. Or let's say you sent the email, they clicked, they didn't respond. Well, now it's like, well, you probably got to improve the website and things like that. So what you do is that's basically the 3 steps. And you got to understand that it's a process and you have to keep adjusting as you go. So in the beginning, you have a whack ass email template that you created. Whatever you create, I guarantee no matter how long you sit down and write this email template, no matter how many times you go to Google and type in email templates and do all this stuff, no matter how much you do, it's going to be a crappy ass template. I guarantee it. That's why I'm just saying, send out whatever the hell you want to send, whatever pops to your head. Just do the work in the beginning. Just send it out, contact an event, use something like Yesware, Mailshake, and then you're going to look at the numbers and you're going to adjust. That's how every skill works. Like, let's say you want to do boxing or whatever. In the beginning, you're doing boxing, right? Well, in the beginning, maybe you don't have your hands up or something. You're just like, oh, okay. And now all of a sudden you get decked in your face. Oh, damn. So now you adjust, right? So you got the feedback. You got decked in your face. You got black eye. So now you're like, okay, shoot. All right, cool. And now all of a sudden, you're like, okay, now you don't, at least you don't get decked in your face, but now all of a sudden you throw a punch and then they counter punch you. Now you get decked again. You got another black eye. So now you're like, okay, let me adjust. Next time I throw a punch, I'm going to move out the way. So that's how it all works. That's how you create the perfect pitch. You create it over time. It's not something that you just sit down and you write out perfect pitch and then that's that. What I see with a lot of speakers, the reason why these speakers aren't getting on stages, the reason why people are struggling to get on a stage is because they're just struggling to send a freaking email to begin with. You cannot struggle to send an email to begin with. You have to understand that it is a process. Step number 1, you simply just send something out, write out whatever the hell pitch you want, send it out. Step number 2, you look at the numbers and you look to see what do you need to adjust? What do you need to change? And step number 3, you adjust. Now, this is why everyone keeps saying you got to have the mentor and all sort of stuff, because what the mentor does, they already see what you need to adjust before you even send it out. Like they already know, no, don't do that. That's a crappy ass thing. Don't do that. So they already know what you have to do if you cannot. So actually, no, think of Yesware and like Mailshake and those type of systems. Think of those as like your mentor. So in the beginning, like when I was trying to get on stages just as an entertainer, not even a speaker, when I was trying to get on stages, I couldn't afford to pay for a program. I couldn't afford, well, technically I could. I was just too damn cheap to pay for a program. But I couldn't afford to pay for a program. And I didn't want to like get a mentor, none of that sort of stuff, because I thought all these guys were whack as hell. Like just saying. But basically, what I did, I used Yesware as my mentor. Like Yesware would basically tell me, look, they didn't even open your emails. Like they didn't open, you sent out this pitch. Nobody opened the thing. So what did that tell me? It told me, hey, I got to improve the subject line. Okay, now I sent it out. Okay, they opened it, but they didn't click on the link. Okay, that's like a mentor saying to me, look, Benji, they opened it, they click on the link, or they didn't click on the link. So basically whatever you wrote in the email is whack as all hell. Improve that. And so that's what this software like Yesware and Mailshake, that's what it does. It gives you the feedback that you need in order to improve. If you are not getting feedback on what it is you're doing, you will always struggle. 100%. It's going to take you a million times longer than it should be because you don't know what to fix. Like you don't know what's wrong with what it is you're doing. You have to see what's wrong with what you're doing. And If you are trying to do this yourself without outside help, whether it's a person or a software like Yesware, if you're trying to do it yourself, then you don't really know what to look for. It would be like, take any skill. Let's say if you don't know how to play chess or poker or boxing or whatever, and you look at someone who's doing it, you don't know what to look for in order to improve. Like, let's say boxing, right? You don't know what to look for to improve. Like, you have no idea. You're not a boxer. Well, most of you probably aren't doing boxing. So you don't know. Like, okay, well, footwork. Okay, well, what about head movement? Like, you don't know what to improve because you're not there yet. And so that's what the Yesware and the Mailshake and a mentor and all that sort of stuff does. So that's literally a 3-step process to creating the perfect pitch, to getting on a stage. You have to think of this as a process. You are not going to be able to sit down and create your perfect pitch, no matter how long you sit down, no matter how much sales skills you know, no matter what. I guarantee you, your first pitch is going to suck. No matter what it is you say, no matter what you do, it's going to suck. So get that out of the way by contacting somebody, using something like Yesware, improving and adjusting as you go. That's what you do. You improve and adjust as you go. 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 You improve and adjust as you go.